Hello, my name is Paul Staik. I work as a volunteer with the Sebring Meals on Wheels. I'm on the board of directors and a treasurer, and this is my close personal friend and associate, Paul Devlin.
Hi, I'm the president of the newly formed Meals on Wheels in Avon Park, and the organization here that's been in existence for over 30 years is helping us get started, and we just kicked off September 21st of this year.
Same time as the Hopa started up in New York.
Really?
Yes. So tell me a little bit, it looks like the needs are quite high here in Sebring for Meals on Wheels since you started just another one. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Certainly. Of course, our mission is to provide nutritious meals to folks that can't normally get out and fend for themselves. Not only does it provide nutritious meals up to 5 times a week, but it also ensures personal contact throughout those weeks to make sure everything is going well, because these are typically folks that are by themselves, trying to remain independent, but has some limitations as far as being able to get out and get around like the rest of us.
Yeah. And how does it work if somebody is diabetic or vegetarian?
Well, we are able to have our kitchen prepare special meals for special needs. So that's not a problem. We can basically tailor our meals to the client's need.
That's wonderful. Now, how does it work if somebody does not really have the means to buy the meals?
Well, it's interesting. We interview everybody that comes into our program. We only charge $4 for that meal, and that's not an expensive meal to start with. But we do take an intake on their financial ability to pay, and we have got a Theo grant that basically reduces the cost of the meals accordingly. So if somebody has some problems with finances, then they pay according to what they can afford to pay.
That's amazing. So where do usually those funds are coming from that you can actually cover the difference?
Well, we're a nonprofit organization, of course, and we receive no governmental funding. So all the monies that we operate with comes from donations from businesses and individuals. For instance, one of our big fundraisers is our annual golf tournament. Our 10th annual golf tournament is going to be in a couple of weeks. And that is the main source of generating funds for the year. So donations, donations, donations.
Yeah. And now there is also something very interesting here. I have heard that you actually work together with the Palms of Sebring. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, well, the Palms of Sebring actually, luckily for us, is right across the street. They are our vendor that prepares the meals each and every day. And not only do we work hand in hand with the Palms, but the Palms Foundation, which is part of their big organization, is one of our big supporters.
Thank you very much. Now, I have also heard that you have quite a well-organized system to actually get the meals out. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that, Paul?
Yes, here in Sebring we've got 7 routes, and they are staffed by an all-volunteer force. These folks donate their time, donate their gasoline, and they go out 5 days a week. And typically what happens is folks will be responsible for a given day. Some folks have more than one day, but typically with those 7 routes, we've got 35 different folks that show up each and every week to make sure those meals get delivered.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for giving us that feedback. Now we have the other Paul, and he works a little bit with a different system. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your system?
We visited a number of Meals on Wheels operations in the area, in Winter Haven and in Tampa, and also Lake Placid, which again, the Sebring Meals on Wheels operation supported their startup of about 3 years ago now, and they're up and running independently. And they did things just about the same way. We all use volunteers, unpaid volunteers that drive their own cars, use your own fuel, and take the meals to the clients that have applied for food. And most of them are either elderly or homebound, and a lot of them. Our county has 57% of our population is over 57 years old. And we are probably the second or third lowest income county in the state of Florida. Having said that, we also have one of the most generous population that has supported the funding. As Paul Staik mentioned, we get a significant amount of funding from the Palms Foundation, which has supported us. And I'm wearing my Rotary shirt to remind myself that both of our Avon Park Rotary Clubs helped us with significant funding. Some of the churches in the community have helped us. And again, I repeat, donations have come from far and wide in our communities, and it is used to supplement those that can't afford to pay a simple $4 for a meal. We discount it for them as low as, in our case, $1 a meal, and I forget yours is almost the same thing. And we have scale that if they can pay more, they pay a little more. But the idea is the same: get a nutritious meal to those that can't afford it. We had a 95-year-old man tell our driver yesterday, our driver's 87, he said it's the best thing that's happened to him to be able to get these 2 meals for him and his wife has Alzheimer's. So it was a great joy for me to hear what this means to the clients that we are bringing these meals to. It's just a joy.
Thank you. Now, how many meals typically do you serve daily?
We just started, and we're in the neighborhood of a little less than 20, but we are now putting more information out into the community, into the church bulletins. We have a church service center that will be posting the information. We didn't want to start too fast because we hadn't done it before. Now that we're up and running, and we think we got the glitches out, and there were a few, but not many, we can handle, right now we're geared up to handle 60. We expect we'll get there maybe next year. We're glad that we can help the few that we're able to help.
Wonderful. And Paul Staik, how many meals do you serve typically daily?
Right about 70, and that number fluctuates throughout the year. A few years ago when we were doing Lake Placid, we were almost 100 a day. And, because we branched off and the new Lake Placid group took over, our numbers went down. But, we're always looking. We have intake. We have board members that go out and visit folks to make sure of the need. And we're always looking for new. We're always looking for a few good people to serve.
All right. What else would you like the community to know about you, or what else would you like from the community that could support you?
Well, of course, donations would be nice. We'd always appreciate anything like that. But we are also benefited by our offices here. This is, as you can see, I can't really tell from the camera, is a nice little small office in the Church of the Brethren, which they do provide to us. They provide us with phone service, with internet service. They've been just accommodating, just wonderful people to work with. And they're on our list, by the way, of folks that we give monthly donations to. So good things beget good things. So anything folks can do, if they can come down and be a driver, that would be wonderful. If they could sit down and write us a check to help continue to serve the meals to our needy folks, that would be wonderful too. So that's the message.